Questions are specifically related to Northeast. What have you done, or what contributions, at least two, have you made specifically in the Northeast that makes you the best candidate for the job of Northeast City Representative?
Two items that I've done specifically to make Northeast a better place to be. Well, we'll start with re-energizing and bringing the Northeast Democratic Party back to life. It was me who Mr. Taylor came to and asked if we could go ahead and re-energize this. It had fallen all the way down to 2 to 3 members. What you see here today in this very room right now is because of my efforts. Mr. Chuck Taylor here approached me and said, for years, our membership has been waning. For years, we just haven't had enough young people coming out and getting involved in the community. We have the money, we have the resources, we have the facilities, and we have the will and we have the drive. But what we don't have is a person who has the ability to bring life back to this organization. You all are sitting here because of that will and that drive that I brought to the organization. So that would be number one, something that I've done for the Northeast to that's significant and specific. Okay. The second thing that I think I've done for the Northeast is giving it a voice. I am a member of many different civic organizations, the Black Democrat, El Paso Black Democrats, the NAACP, and a few other organizations. And I go out on a monthly basis. My third Saturday of every month is dedicated to nothing but going out into the community and advocating for the Northeast. I'm out within the community. I'm within the veteran community. I am a member of the 82nd Airborne Association. I am a member of the Special Forces Association. And like I said, I am a graduate of the FBI Citizens Academy. That was specific. I was specifically recruited by an agent because of my commitment to the community. In order to even get into the program, one, you have to be recommended by an FBI, someone who's employed with the FBI, and two, you have to be an active member or participant within your community. In other words, you must be embedded within your community to a significant level to where you can help the FBI when needed. Those are two significant things that I think I've done to make my community a better place to live and a safer place to live. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Thank you.
Mr. Hackett, name 2 contributions you have made specifically in the Northeast that will make you the best candidate for the job of Northeast City Representative.
Is there only 2?
When I came on the Ysleta School Board, there was that stigma, and it turns out that stigma was true then. Ysleta didn't pay as much attention to Parkland. It was out there, and they did have that stepchild persona, the stigma. I changed that. They didn't even have a scoreboard. When I went to the baseball game and I asked, hey, what's the score? Where's the scoreboard? Oh, she's right over there. And that's the little girl. The score's 2-0. So I went out. The district wouldn't give dollars for the scoreboard. So I went out and I got private dollars. I got Fred Lloyd to donate well over $10,000 to get us a state-of-the-art best scoreboard in the city. Go and look. There still isn't one better than that one. When Desert Air was about to close, the Desert Air closed because they were so full. If you moved right next door to Desert Air, you couldn't go to school. I went and I found $2 million to build a 5th grade wing to be able to house those kids in a nice facility, refrigerated air, the works. That was, originally it was a 6-1. I had to lobby to make sure I got that money for the project I wanted done for my students. At Parkland Middle, I fought to get that $6 million for the new wing. I fought even harder for the bond to get $17 million, $18 million for that brand new rest of Parkland. It's going to be a 2-story, state-of-the-art, awesome building. Thank you. I brought in $2 million to get land for a school that we ended up not needing because even though Ysleta is a declining enrollment school district, we're the only area where they're growing. Why? Maybe because of our school board members. But I think because everybody sees what we have out here in the Northeast, they realize the great things that we're doing, especially at Parkland. I brought in, and it was me who went to Dr. Serrata and said, We have the T-STEM Academy in Parkland. It's the first and only one of its kind in the area. But other T-STEM academies are starting to pop up. I want to make sure Parkland stays not only competitive, but at the cutting edge. I want Parkland to become an early college. So as part of the bond, I was able to get the money to make Parkland that early college. Dr. Serrata has supported me 100%. So if you go to Parkland, now not only do you get your high school education, but you also graduate, if you would like, with an associate's degree in college. We need our kids to be college ready, college prepared, or business ready. So we have other programs within Parkland that I made sure to fight for. So that way, whether they go on to college, they go on to a trade, they're prepared, they're ready to go. They're not going to be failures. They're going to be role models for the city. They're going to be positive community members. They're going to give back. That's most of it. Over $3 million to just the Parkland area.
Okay, all right. It's an Indian. Yes. All right. What have you done, or what two contributions have you made specifically to the Northeast that makes you the best candidate for the job of Northeast City Representative?
Good question, thank you. Well, one of the things that I've done here, guys, I literally taught over thousands of kids here in the Northeast as a teacher, and I'm really proud of that. I have literally taught in Fannin Elementary, I have taught in the YMCA, and I have taught in other schools around the area, which I think education is a key thing for our youth. So I'm really proud of that, not only as in going to chess tournaments and other things as well, but I like for kids to smile, you know, because that's something very important. So not only with chess are you giving them self-esteem, but you're also giving them lessons for the future as well. So for that, I'm really proud of, you know, just teaching our youth, not only in the Northeast, but overall in El Paso as a teacher. Thank you. Oh, the other one, sorry. All right. The other one, basically here in the Northeast, is basically, you know, making sure that my kids get straight A's on their grades. You know, it's right now they're attending Harmony School. So one of the things is, I think it starts at home. Then you can start teaching other kids as well. So I think the first one should be teaching your kids values and also making sure that they're having good grades. The second one, like I mentioned, I think is teaching the overall youth in the Northeast to do positive things for this community as well. So, thank you.
Foremost, name two contributions you have made specifically in the Northeast that makes you the best candidate for the job of Northeast City Representative.
So I want to start out by saying no contribution has been my own. All the initiatives that have come through in any successful projects take community. So one of those has been Kastner Range. With my work in Congress and working for Congressman O'Rourke, when we realized the amount of impetus and love for the preservation of our mountains that was unanimously supported by this community and the rest of El Paso, we were able to push forth in getting the administration to sit down and speak with Beto, who was a freshman congressman, with our staff who sat in a really minority party that, you know, played the congressional mode of not passing any bills. So we got the administration, we got the Bureau of Land Management, and we got the Department of Defense to all sit at one table and discuss what was going to happen in El Paso, in the Northeast, in Kastner Range. And I think that came from this community, and we were able to capitalize on these voices and synthesize this vision for what we wanted to accomplish. So I'm really proud that I was part of the support because of this community, and because of El Paso, and because El Paso is really great when we stand together. So I think being part of that just made me love my city even more. So that was one. The second, obviously, our work with our veterans. Our work with identifying and sitting down with city representatives and trying to reach functional zero for homelessness, for veteran homelessness. You know, we're still not there. And I think that's going to be one of the conversations that needs to keep happening. And the Northeast needs to lead that way. And the Northeast representative should be speaking about reaching functional zero for veteran homelessness. And it shouldn't just be the mayor's effort to get the city to that level that we know can be achieved in other cities our size. So I think the work we did with the veterans in this community, the amount of support we have from all the veterans organizations here, it was exactly why we were successful in passing bills for veterans in Congress at the federal level, because of this community, because of El Paso, and because El Paso was now expecting quality in governance and representation, and we were providing that leadership. So, Caston Range and my work with veterans specifically for the Northeast.